everyone. Welcome. It's Melanie Nelson here, Director of TLS Sales, and it is TLS Tuesday, and we always got something going on a Tuesday. And this Tuesday, we're doing a Coach the Coach interview with our newest certified TLS coach, Lori Sanchez. And the crowd goes wild. Excellent. So, for those of you who don't know Lori, she comes from Illinois area in Chicagoland area. She's also a mother of 3, happily married to a handsome man named Oscar. And it's been how many years now, Lori?
10 years.
10 years. I love Oscar. So I have to mention Oscar. Now, I think, obviously Lori has been a part of our company. She's an executive coordinator, and she has just been making waves with TLS. She's got her own personal journey she's going to share with you, as well as her best tips to become a certified coach and just really crush it with TLS. So thanks for being here, and congratulations, Lori.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It takes some dedication, some commitment to commit to being your best self through the TLS program, but also to become a TLS certified coach. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about your personal journey in the TLS program? Because of course you started out just, trying it yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely where it starts. That's how you can be a really good leader. So basically it all started when I was just sick and tired. I tried every weight loss program out there, every magic pill they sell on infomercials, you name it, I tried it. And I was actually about to give up, and I'm like, okay, apparently I'm just gonna be fat the rest of my life, and this is my, this is my journey. But fortunately I found TLS, and I said, okay, I'm going to give it one more shot. I'm going to see if this program really does what it says it's going to do. And lo and behold, TLS was the answer. So it worked for me. And 65 pounds down, 55 inches total off my body.
That's incredible.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Love that. So it's a journey, right? And, whether there's some ups and downs, and within it, the ultimate thing is that the TLS is, it's a lifestyle and it's a solution, and it's something,
Yes.
You've completely embraced and now are helping other people do the same, which is awesome. So what is anything in specific that you love about the TLS program or division or products that you feel were really crucial for you?
There are so many things, but basically I think the most important part that I noticed, not just with myself, but with coaching other people, is the education. That's what lacks in a lot of other programs. They don't actually teach you what to do, how to live a lifestyle. And that's why everybody gains it back. And then they get unhealthier and healthier every time they do that. So number one, the education, but the 4 components of TLS really make a difference, because sometimes life isn't perfect and you need to customize every moment, every minute, of your life. Sometimes, we're on the go. We got kids, we got families, we've got things going on, we work, we're entrepreneurs, whatever it is, you got to be able to adapt. And this is the type of system, it teaches you to adapt to any situation in your life.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And I know education is really a key piece too, because I think what as I mentioned to you, what makes you special, Lori, is, tell us a little bit about your background, the fact that you don't have a health background. So what is your background, Lori?
So my background is basically customer service and marketing. I was in the construction field for a long time and hanging around with contractors and all those construction guys. They don't have the healthiest diets. So I definitely didn't learn it from them. But yeah, I mean, I had to take this on. I had to really commit to it. And I made a lot of mistakes, just like anybody learning anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the important part, is I just kept following the system.
Right, which is, what's there is, the website, the TLS journal, all of these things that taught you how to not only engage in the TLS program yourself, but then also teach other people. So how did you market to create your initial TLS, like when you really started creating momentum with TLS in your business to create your customer base? What was the thing you did to market yourself as a coach?
Actually, my answer to that would be copycat you. I don't know if you remember this, but every time you were like, there's this campaign going, do it this way, do it that way, you would announce it on TLS Facebook page. And I just did it. Whatever you said I did. That also includes leveraging the website, leveraging the YouTube channels, leveraging all those videos, these wonderful videos you've been putting together for the past year, for people to not just, you could share other people's stories, because not everyone's going to relate to every single person. So it's good to share different people's stories, different people's ideas and tips to get through whatever obstacle they need to get through.
Absolutely. One of the cool things I saw is that you really took advantage of the TLS Find Your Fit Challenge.
Yes.
And so, and that's, where I was putting like, this is how you should market into this. This is, so at least these are some ideas anyway, not any shoulds, but, so you took advantage of the Find Your Fit Challenge, you put a group together, and then you just never stopped. Like, what I saw was, it was just, another group, another 12-week group, another 12-week group. And you just kept going and going and going because there was a demand, right? So you got a great result with your first group because you really committed to that campaign, which was really incredible. So and there was a lot of people who did exactly what you did and took that Find Your Fit challenge, created a lot of momentum that just hasn't stopped. And so because of that, you were able to hit that certified TLS coach during that process, just simply by following the system, which is incredible. Yeah. And the thing is that, then we had to get lean during quarantine, and, there's, we always give people seasonal ideas too, as well as to how to market like your next group. And you've just been doing that. I've been seeing you, create seasonal campaigns or conceptual campaigns to create new groups of people. And I think that's, I think that's what some of the best coaches do. And I think that's, something to be said for that. So thanks for sharing that. What are some of the ways that you coach your clients and follow up with them?
So number one, I like to use the weight loss profile in the beginning. If somebody's even slightly interested in learning about the TLS program, I say, okay, I'm going to have you take a free weight loss profile. That's going to give me an idea of where to start you at. And I just, we just commit to having a conversation about it after they take the profile, because you have to have a starting point at least to get, to help them get started. And you could tweak along the way if need be. But yeah, that's my most used getting started. And to follow up with people, I keep in touch with everybody. I use besides calls and text, I use a personal Facebook group that I put together because my group expanded so much that sometimes it's hard to reach everybody and everyone's got their own schedule. So that was an easier way for me to keep in touch with people. So that's been a big factor for me.
Awesome. Yeah. And I see you post videos on there. You might be like coming home from a workout, you're all sweaty and red, and you're like, hey, everybody. Right? Like, so, you're on there live and interactive quite a bit as well on your page. And, because I think you put me on your page because I did a little, cameo for your group.
Good.
That was a while ago or whatever, but yeah, and that's open to anybody who wants me to do that, of course. And Lori took advantage of that. So, super fun to see you. Just one of the things that I noticed about your style is you're just really authentic and you're real. You talk about your struggles, the ones you've had, the ones you're currently having, and you offer solutions. And I think that makes you a fantastic coach, because people can just feel like they don't have to be perfect. They're not going to confessional.
Right.
You haven't always been this like picture of fitness and health. You're just like them basically. And I think that's a really powerful thing. Not to say that there's anything against somebody who grew up being athletic and fit and healthy. That's amazing. That's an amazing gift to have.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. And I sometimes I wish that would have been me.
Yeah, me too.
Like I wish I had grown up like that. But it's like, hey, you know what? We all have our gifts and our stories to tell. So as far as so you did talk about the profile. Your personal TLS. Okay, so obviously the TLS profile website's like one of your biggest go-tos. What's your next biggest go-to as far as a tool?
Oh, I love the YouTube channel. Plenty of, well, number one, they have the videos from week 1 to week 12. If you're unsure how to educate people, which I highly encourage you, don't do everything yourself. You use the videos. So this way, if you do find a coach within you coaching people over time, that might happen. They'll understand like, oh, I don't have to know it all. I could just use the tools. So highly recommend you use those as your educational, like homework videos. That, I always say, this is your homework for the week. And then they could watch it at any time. And then also the newest one that you put together, the TLS Coaches YouTube channel. There's a lot of great videos on there, different stories, different tips, different advice. Oh God, I love it. I've shared so many of them already.
Awesome.
So.
Perfect. So what's your personal favorite go-to TLS product you couldn't live without?
Oh my gosh, there's way too many. But I would have to say I love trim tea. I really do, because you feel like you're having a treat. I like to make it iced. Feel like I'm having a treat. Core is another really, really favorite of mine.
For sure.
So yeah, I would say those are my top two.
Awesome.
Oh, and CLA. Can't live without CLA because my workouts, are really hardcore and I'm very much into building muscle. So, muscle and toning and shrinking the fat. So I
nice.
Can't live without that.
Well, can't live without CLA for sure. Me too, girl. As far as your customer base goes, what would you say is your top seller within your customer base?
My biggest sellers, I would say, are the shakes, trim tea, and core are the most popular.
Oh, good. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And when it comes to, because one of the biggest struggles for people, I think, is how do I get my clients to reorder the products, right? So what are some of your strategies for helping, people stay on product and, understand the value of it?
Well, number one, keep that relationship. That's top priority. Doesn't have to be talking to them every day like best friends, but definitely come up with some sort of format where you keep the relationship going with them, keep them engaged. Number two, I would say, I like to use a lot of incentives. So, they get special coupon codes at certain times. Like, let's say when I'm starting a new challenge, anything you buy, I'll say, you can get this, 10% off or whatever. I also like to use referral incentives. If you know anybody, I'll get you a little free gift or a free product or a special discount. And if you know lots of people, you're going to get a huge, huge incentive. So it just depends on, what they're willing to do. And it just kind of keeps them in the game. And a lot of them that are having success, they feel they feel good. They want to tell people about it. So between, those type of incentives and promotions, sometimes I give away little free gifts too.
Right on.
Like purchase $100 and you get for a while there, I was doing a free box of trim tea.
Well, yeah, you had that big trim tea blowout.
Yeah.
So you took advantage of that
Took advantage of that.
Yeah, definitely. I think I even saw you, and I think this is really powerful, is like deadlines. I think I saw you on your group, you said, if you order by Friday, you'll get XYZ, because it might have been kind of during that time frame where they're running out of things.
Yes.
So they would need them anyway. And then you created like a promotion and a deadline into reordering. So they have incentive to do so, which was really, really smart. I think deadlines are such a great tool. So that's perfect. One of the things I've seen you do too, as well, is that referral, like, the who do you knows and the bring a friend, invite a friend, I'm looking to help more people. Who do you know that could benefit from this as well? Because your clients have benefited. And so then, you just get them start thinking about other people, which is important because that's our business, right? Our business is that ABC pattern, whether it's in our customer base or within our business. We want people leading to people. And that's something that you keep putting in front of them as well, which is really important because you can't ask somebody once and then expect them to always think about you. Right.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's like they're like 5 minutes later, they're on to their life, right?
Yeah, you kind of got to do like a commercial, like just keep popping up here and there. Hi, don't forget,
I'm looking for people to help. And you do that, and which is great. And I think something I always say is, pursue your goals shamelessly. And because you're passionate about where you're going and what you're doing. And that's something that I've seen you do on your page is, just really, ask for the sale, ask for the referral, and be consistent in that asking, which I think is pursuing your goal, pursuing your passion, pursuing your dream shamelessly. And that's something I've seen you do really well. So obviously with your own journey in TLS and then also becoming a TLS certified coach, what are some challenges or obstacles that you had to overcome in order to succeed?
My biggest obstacle that I learned just myself in order to be a really good coach was the lifestyle. Changing your mindset from that kind of temporary, diet mentality to a lifestyle, it really is a huge shift. But a shift like that doesn't happen overnight. It's like building wealth. You're not going to get $1 million overnight. You got to take it in little bits and chunks. So of course I didn't know that in the beginning because we're always impatient with ourselves. Like, I'm doing this wrong. I'm never gonna, whatever. But I got through all that negative talk and told myself, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. And I just, over time, I started realizing, wow, I'm really adapting that mindset, that perception of longevity, lifestyle. And you do that by really getting to know yourself and learning what works with your own body and customizing basically situation to situation. Just like I was saying, when you adapt with the system, you could change the system up anywhere and any time based on what's going on in your lifestyle currently, which is what's great about TLS. There's no way to fail. It's just a matter of figuring out what's next. I got this going on next week. What can I do to overcome any kind of obstacles that's going to get in my way for my weight loss or whatever, or just my health, whatever it is that you're on the program for.
For sure. And I think it's important to give an example of what you're talking about because, Lori, you were also in the events industry. So you were traveling around quite a bit. You were gone, you'd be gone for 5 days and then home for, a couple and then gone for another 5 days. And you were traveling from event to event running, big events. And that's a great example of what Lori's talking about in the sense of like, hey, that was my life for a little while. So my TLS program looked a little different then. than what it does now. You know, like here we are all at home.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so an example of that would be, so you got to think on your toes, like just like I said, commit, adapt. So maybe while I was traveling, I would try to do, okay, what's the most TLS friendly foods I can eat? And I would try to be conscious of that. I would never forget my supplements because I knew the day wasn't going to be perfect, and I knew the food wasn't always going to be what I wanted it to be. Especially working events, it's kind of like, okay, you either eat this or you don't eat sometimes. Carrying things on you that are easy to mix up, like shakes, are really good for that. And I already said the supplements, and sometimes you didn't always have time for, exercise or whatever, but even if you squeezed in a 5-minute something in your hotel room, like, I don't care if it's push-ups, squats, jumping jacks, you can do anything in the corner of a room. And I really, truly believe this. And I didn't always believe this, but thanks to my new mindset, I do. 5 minutes a day really makes a difference. Yep. Because over time, that's going to add up by the end of the week versus if you do nothing, so it's all those little kind of choices that you make throughout the day, throughout the week, that really make a difference at the end of the year,
Absolutely. And it was really about incorporating all the pillars of TLS, right? Yes. We often get a lot of questions on the TLS coaches page, like, what do I do to continue to, lose this weight, or, fix this problem or whatever. And it's like, just keep going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you're incorporating, you got your meal plan you're following, which is low glycemic impact eating. Make sure you incorporate exercise, make sure you're using the supplements, like, and be sure you're reading the journal and the website and watching the videos. So you're educating yourself on, because if people continue with the program, right? So they might do the jump start or this or that, but if they continue, they're going to continue to see more and more beneficial results. And that's pretty awesome. So, yes. So what's your vision and goal, Lori? What do you got going for the future? What are you working on?
Well, my ultimate goal would be, to hit director. Yeah. That's my ultimate goal. But my mission behind that, where my heart lies, is really truly to set people free, not just with wealth, like, not just to get out of financial jail, but really to get them out of this idea of, because I struggled my whole life, with the wrong perception of health, and it's nobody's fault, but it wasn't available, Mm-hmm. And so I think for me, the reason why I like to coach people is because I want to show people that I don't care where you're at or how unhealthy you are or how many diets you might have tried. I really want to get you out of that, that mindset that holds you back from really truly obtaining what a healthy lifestyle can be. And it doesn't necessarily mean wearing a bikini on the beach showing off your abs. That it doesn't have to mean that. If that's what you want, great. I think that's a great goal. But all it means is to be a nice, healthy weight, to have the energy, to get good sleep, so you can grow old beautifully and not be stuck in some home somewhere, or having people take care of you, being connected to machines. I mean, what kind of lifestyle is that? And I seen my grandma kind of go through that towards the end. And she wasn't like really unhealthy, but I just feel like there was a lot of things that people could change and kind of take on that'll help them live a longer, better, happier life. Because if you don't feel good, nothing else is really going to be good in your life.
Yep. So true. And so much of what people deal with health-wise is preventable.
Yeah.
So, and that's why TLS is so important. It isn't just our products. It's a whole lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's, and that, I feel like if you have a passion for change, if you have a passion for helping others, if you have a passion for health and wellness, I'm just going to encourage everybody who's listening to, really commit to becoming a certified coach like Lori did. I think it was funny because I was going to mention when I asked you about your challenge, and you said, it was revamping your mindset. I was going to say, and the certified coaching paperwork.
That's for sure. When it comes to paperwork, I'm like, oh, I got to sit down and do paperwork.
I think most entrepreneurs are that way. So all good, all good. But hey, there's a certified coach application in the back office. Download it to find out what you need to do to become a certified coach. Suzanne did a great recording on it to go through it with you. I believe it's on our YouTube channel as well as the coach's Facebook page. It didn't take Lori long once she committed to doing it. And so I'm just super, super, super thrilled for you, Lori. She's already been doing such a great job of leveraging her new credibility as a certified coach and saying, hey, I just became, hey, I know you all know I've been coaching TLS, but I just became certified. And so she's actually been putting that out on Facebook quite a bit. Helping her build her credibility as a coach. And so she's doing all of the right things, you guys. And I think what's really inspiring is she didn't come from a health background. Number two, she had to commit to revamping her own lifestyle. And is now passionate about helping other people. So Lori, you're a huge inspiration to so many people. I'm so proud of you. Thanks for joining us on the coach interview.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to add to everybody and anybody listening out there, I'm the best person at messing up. So just get out there, mess up, never, ever, ever, ever give up on yourself, ever.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.